6 steps to organizing any project. It's myOrganized.life, July 23rd, 2018. Do you have any projects you're working on?
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay,
a laundry list of them.
I'm going to give you 6 steps on how to accomplish those. But first, we've got to welcome you to myOrganized.life Live. I'm John Hunt.
And I'm Leanne Thompson.
And this is the show where we give you organizing tips, advice, get your questions and comments about, how about in the comments today saying, what are some projects you're working on?
Everyone could probably put a comment in. Everyone's got some sort of project.
Now,
don't you think?
Yeah, and on one of our other shows, we kind of defined a project as that's something that has more than one task.
True.
Because if it only has one task, then it's a task and not a project.
Right, yep.
So, but today what we're going to do is we're going to share a little clip from one of our archived podcasts.
Because that's what we do on Mondays.
Yeah, I mean, typically we do that. Unless
we don't play the whole podcast.
No.
We don't ourselves give out information.
Right.
We turn to
a
professional from an old podcast.
Right. Do you realize we have over 220 podcasts? This goes back to number 74 with
long time ago.
Lori Krolik, professional organizer. And now, we'll just to set up the clip here, she's going to talk about kind of step 1 is designing the plan, and she gives a little overview of the steps too. But if you want to find this podcast and either watch or listen to the whole thing, you can go to smead.com/podcast, then scroll down to number 74. I think that's from season number 2.
Yeah, that would be right.
Yeah,
season 2.
So let's take a look at that clip right now with Lori Krolik. Kind of what category does this fall under, these 6 steps?
Well, in theory, you could use these 6 steps for any kind of project you're trying to organize, be it a computer project or a physical organization project. But there's a process to organization. It's not just like one day you decide, I can't take the mess anymore, I'm just going to start. If you have a process, you're going to be more successful.
Okay, well, let's dig into this process and start with step number 1. What is step number 1?
Step number 1 is to design your plan. That means you need to know what you're going to do. Like I said, a lot of people just come in, they're going to get organized, and they go out and buy a bunch of containers, or they just start randomly throwing things away. But you need to know why you're doing this. What do you want from your space? How are you going to use it? A lot of people have multi-purpose rooms or rooms where they just throw a lot of things in. And so you need to know what the purpose of the space is, how you're going to use it, who's going to use it, and then also what are you going to do with the stuff that you're going to take out of the room.
Well, I've heard a lot of people talk about, you have to have a place for everything, right? A place for everything, everything in its place. But does some of that tie into this, why and how it might fit into a particular room?
Well, when you sort of start thinking about what the purpose is of the room, you start to really identify then what should be there and what shouldn't. So it helps you think about what really should be in that space. And then you can, when you get down to the other steps, you can get to the more granular level of where things are going to go. Okay,
so let's talk then about when you get together with a client, how long would maybe this process take? Do you go and sit down first and talk general and then go room by room? Or, I mean, what if this is a project that you're working on? How would you talk and interview someone through this process?
So with the client, each of these 6 steps would apply to, some of the things that would happen would apply to multiple spaces, but we would address the 6 steps for each space. So knowing what you're going to do in this space and how you're going to use it. And I ask them questions like that. Who uses this? What do you want from this? Is this your office or is this a guest room? If it's both, how are you going to devote part of it to guests and part of it to office? If it's your living room and you have your kids' toys in there, that's fine. But what does it need to be both, or can we figure out a solution to move some of the things into your kids' rooms and get your living room back? So I ask them questions like that to get them to start thinking about what the purpose is, and then I actually have them write down what is their goal for this project. What do they want the room to look like? How do they want to use the space once it's organized? And how's it going to make them feel when they get to that point?
All right, well, that's kind of a quick little overview of the podcast.
Right.
We don't want to give away all the good stuff.
Because we want people to go there and watch the whole thing.
We want you to go to smead.com/podcast, and you can our podcast can either be downloaded as audio, or you can watch the video version. And not only get them on Smead.com, you can get the videos over on our YouTube channel. You can get the audio podcast by subscribing over at iTunes.
Right.
So,
lots of options.
Yeah, lots of options.
Kind of like for this show.
Right before I came into the studio, I was kind of seeing who is on for Wednesday.
Okay.
And I did.
And?
It's our friend Helene.
Oh,
But
what did she talk about?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, no.
That was the terrible thing.
Oh,
So
shoot.
You'll
What
have
did
to
she talk about?
Anyway, I know
I
that
don't
she made special arrangements. I just remember about this.
That's right. She
but-
went to her friend's house to
Yeah.
get some great internet connection.
Yeah, so it's a great show. One of the, I think actually the best one we've ever done with Helene. She's done several for us as well.
She's so nice.
She's really great.
Yeah, she
so that'll be Wednesday this week at 2 p.m. Central. We release the podcast live here on Facebook, and then it goes out to iTunes and YouTube and Smead.com. So Thursday, week number 2.
Solution Day. Yeah. A back to school.
A back to school. Yeah, we're due.
Should I bring the backpack again?
I don't know. If that's the theme, I don't know.
Back to school. We might have some backpack products.
A lot of comments on that backpack. People want to know. No.
Okay.
But I just thought,
I was gonna say,
I thought I'd build up
any.
your ego a little bit to tell you that.
Whatever. Okay.
No, but they do like those. You can go back and watch our last Thursday show. It was all on backpack organizing, so it was part of our back to school effort here.
Yep.
And Friday, of course, Blogger Roundup. And I don't know, we should start seeing some back to school articles pretty soon, shouldn't we?
You would think so.
Yeah,
you would think. I bet you our friend Leslie will have one.
She might, Leslie, like her whole business is back to school practically.
Pretty much. Yep.
All year round.
All year round.
Yeah, so it's good. She's got that great academic planner. You want to check that out. So anyway, lots going on this week. It's a new week. We're gung-ho. If you want to go to Smead.com/podcast, scroll down to number 74, and you can see the full Lori Krolik podcast or listen to it. And we'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on myOrganized.life live. Now there's a place just for you. Life can be busy, and you still have to keep it all together. That's why you like to be organized and in control. Introducing myOrganized.life, a special place where you can get ideas and solutions to organize what's important to you, your important papers, your important decisions, your important life events. We show you the ideas and products to stay organized in your life. See what's new. Stop by and say hello. Visit us at any time at www.myOrganized.life. It's just for you. myOrganized.life by Smead. Find us at www.myOrganized.life. myOrganized.life.